Hi everyone, and welcome back to Jubilee Road. Now I know we haven't been here for quite some time, but well, we're back. So today we're going to do another Loco review. You probably guessed what it is by now. We are going to be looking at the Bachmann Fairburn tank. Now I've always liked this Loco. It's a really impressive looking thing. So as usual, we're going to take everything out of the box, see what's in the box, have a look at the engine's details, and then give it a run round the layout to see its performance. So here we go, guys. Here's the engine in the typical Bachmann packaging. Just so you know what we're going, it's a Fairburn 462 tank, and it's number 42062 in BR Line Black Late Crest, and also you can see it's DCC ready with an 8-pin socket. Right, let's get into the box for a start. We just slip that off. Just knocked into that then. It's okay. Then we get what we call the block of ice. Just sort of very carefully, just sort of, you know, get out the box really. It's quite. Here we go. Oh, I got it. Right, we do have some paperwork in here. It's probably just the usual. Yeah, it's just the usual exploded diagrams. How do you put the detailed parts on? Got the back and warranty there. I've never used it, to be honest, but it's always nice that they put it in the box, isn't it? I did miss one thing. They do put the information about the real Loco on the back of the box, which is really nice. I'm not going to read it all to you. I have had a look, and also, obviously this was built by the LMS Railway, and there's 2 in preservation, which is brilliant. So we can still see these lovely Locos running, and I have seen them myself. Not for a very long time, mind. Right, now we just slide this. Here we go, slide that off. Pop it down there a minute. I think I'll lower the camera a little bit so we can get a sort of a slightly better view of, that's better, what's going on here. I think, yeah, here we go. The detail pack. A few little bits and pieces you can make your engine look that little bit better in there. I'll try and put as many of those on as I can. Next, you just lift this up and that up, and then carefully pick the engine out. Oh gosh. Fair play, this engine's got a great bit of weight to it, fair play. So, here is the engine. As usual, I'm going to put the engine on the track so we can have a much better look at it. Well, the Loco is now on the track. We seem to be having a few problems, this new camera focusing on the engine. Not 100% sure what the reason is for that, but we'll see how we go anyway. So we start at the front of the Loco here. Now we got a small NEM coupling, which is nice. I might take that off. I don't know if I'm going to be using that. Do we have sprung buffers? I would imagine so. Yes, we do. I keep saying it's a nice feature, but we don't really need them. Bachmann probably could take a little bit of money off the price if they didn't have sprung buffers, and I'd rather pay less than have them. If we just move the engine round that way a little bit so we can see, we got separately fitted handrails across the top. We got the 3 lamp irons, 1, 2, 3, and I believe, yeah, the smoke block darts are also separately fitted. And the number is pretty well picked out as well. The front truck is actually sprung. Let me just check. Yes, it is. It is sprung. So, well, that's a nice feature, isn't it? So if we can move the engine down a bit to so we can have a look at the side. We got the cylinder gesture with the nice lining on it. I like that. Makes the engine look a bit smarter, doesn't it? And then we got all the rods. Now, there is looks very complicated in this area. Bachmann have done a lovely job of doing the rods on this Loco. You can't see the tops of the driving wheels here because obviously they're hidden behind the water tank. But very complicated looking setup this Loco has. We've got the British Rail just there, looking really nice. Loads of rivets. Are they raised? Yeah, you can feel them as you run your finger across the side of the water tank. Very nice, Bachmann, very nice. We come towards the rear of the Loco, which is also looking really nice. We got the number here, 42062, and there is a number 4. You could just see it just above my finger there, letter 4. We got more separately fitted parts. You got the steps here. You got brakes. What am I on about? I don't know. Handrails. Do the cab things doors open? No, they don't. That doesn't really matter, does it? We got a bit of pipe work here, which runs the length. Under here, you can just see it, which is also separately fitted. And the back truck here is also sprung, so that makes it smoother running. I'm just going to turn the engine round so we can have a look at the back of it. So we're at the back of the engine now, and there's a good bit of detail. So we've got sprung buffers again, both sides. We got the small NEM coupling again, which is good. We got steps. There's a separately fitted handrail going across here. We got a lamp iron, and we've got a little plate which I can't read at all. There is a warning sticker, which is the overhead live wires again. I'm not sure why they put that on some Locos, unless this run under the wires, but I don't know. I don't know if in Steam days they did. I don't know how many lines were electrified back then. Not many, I wouldn't imagine. And then we got the coal bunker. The coal load is the usual, plastic fantastic. That's not a good compliment, by the way. It's never ever very good. But we can always swap it out and put our own in, so that's good. So I'm just going to pick the camera up so we can have a look at the top of the Loco now. See, there's that coal load I was on about. It's a bit iffy, isn't it? A bit, don't like that. So let's get to the top of the Loco. We got the safety valves here, which is nicely picked out. They feel metal, I don't know if they are. Maybe. We got the whistle just here. And then we keep going, and we got detail on the side tanks. That's where the water goes in. The nice red lining again. That's why I picked this actual version, because of the lining. Just makes it look nice. Got the funnel here and the the dome there. So at the moment, this engine's looking really smart. It's got plenty of detail. There is glazing in the cab. There's not really much cab detail to speak of. But in a way, I'm glad Bachmann haven't really put much detail in the cab. You can't see it, especially on a tank locomotive like this. You can hardly see cab details, so I'm not bothered it doesn't have it, put it that way. On a tendered Loco, you can see it quite well, so it kind of makes sense why they haven't really done it, doesn't it? Just have a better look at the detail on this. This is the opposite side to what we were looking at. See if I can get a closer look at that. That really is a good bit of detailing by Bachmann. Just look at the rods. They just go everywhere, don't they? I really do like that. Oh yeah, and there is handrails there and the other side. So far, I'm really, really impressed with this Loco. As I said, it weighs a lot for a steam Loco. If you don't buy steam Locos in this country, then just a word of warning if you're going to buy one, they're nearly always way too light. For once, this one doesn't have that problem. Good marks there, Bachmann. Well, now I think it's time to get it on the track and see how it performs. Right, I put the engine on one of the main running tracks on the layout now. One thing I did notice, the Loco is a little bit of a pain putting it on the track, especially the rear truck. It can be a little bit fiddly when put it on the track, so make sure you be a little bit careful when putting this on the track. You don't want to break anything, that's for sure. Right, now it's time to run the Loco. Now, this is the first time it's ever run. I have not run the Loco in, so I absolutely no idea how this is going to run. And also, this is the first time any Loco has moved up here since the S&D gala that I did around about 2 weeks ago. So, hopefully everything's running okay. Let's find out, shall we? So I think we'll go in the reverse direction first. Well, I hope it's going to go in that way anyway. So, let's see how she does. A little bit hesitant, but that's kind of to be expected, but it runs smoothly after that. Ah, yes. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. I'm definitely happy with that. I've got no complaints about the running. You know, it's quiet. It seems to run quite smoothly in both directions. It's a little bit sort of iffy when it gets moving really slow and starting off, but hopefully that will go once it's been run in. So, as usual, we'll have a few shots of it running round the layout. Well, that was the little running session there to see how the Loco performs. Yeah, I'm really happy with that, actually. It didn't do any hesitation across point work. The both front and rear trucks didn't derail, that's always good. And the motor is pretty quiet. So, to be honest, the running is very good on this Loco. Now we just come to the conclusion then. The price of this engine. Now I paid £107 for it, but the list price I believe is about £135, which is... well, it's too much, isn't it? The list price is silly. In my opinion, model railways are well overpriced. You know, it's not fair on people who don't have as money to spend on a Loco like this, but they may really want it. It's just not fair. It's getting a little bit out of hand. Wagons and coaches are just getting too expensive. It's not the shops that are selling them. It's not their fault. It's actually the manufacturer's fault, to be honest. I don't know if they have to make their prices that high, or they just doing it because they can. I'm not 100% sure, so if you do know the reason why they are so expensive, would be nice to know. Back to the engine then. Yeah, I paid £107 for it, which is, it's quite good. Yeah. The Loco runs fine. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 for running, because it seemed to be a little bit on the hesitant side while starting off. But as I mentioned, it hasn't had its running. The weight, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Great weight on this Loco, so hopefully it'll be able to pull decent length trains around the layout. The details, 10 out of 10. That's what we can come to expect now from Bachmann. They do fantastic detail work on all their Locos. You know, the lining is good, the rivet detail is loads of it, and yeah, it's done good. My favourite feature on this Loco is definitely the cranks and connecting rods in this area. They just look absolutely brilliant, and especially when the engine's moving too. Right, so should you buy this Loco? Well, if you're into diesels, I would say no, because this is an old-fashioned train. You have to put coal in it. Just remember that one. Sorry, I'm just being a bit silly, but we got to have some fun sometimes. Yeah, I think you should buy this Loco. Basically, it'll end up as a workhorse on your line. It can do anything: freight work, passenger work, light engine, short trains, long trains. It can really do all of it. Put it with another Loco. You know, a British Rail standard tank would look quite nice together with this, wouldn't it? So there we have it. Another nice Loco to see running around Jubilee Road. The next video will be up on Easter Sunday, which will be the Easter Sunday running session. This Loco will definitely be featured in that, along with some German Locos and American Locos as usual. So once again, guys, please leave a comment. I really enjoy reading them all. If not, just like the video, and if you haven't done so already, please go to my Facebook page, which is Jubilee Road Model Railway. Just type that into the Facebook search, and you should find it. There's pictures. It tells I got up there where I'm going, when the next video's coming, all the rest, and you can also chat with me on Facebook. I have had a few conversations with a few people, and it's really nice to get to know some of you. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye, everyone.